Now we will move on to the next topic, tuples. Tuples is a ordered sequence and is also like same as list. The difference between tuple and list is tuple is immutable and the values cannot be modified. Now we'll work on with tuples. In tuples, the values once assigned in the variable then cannot be changed after, but in list we can change the values. For example, already we have changed the first index position 6 as 256, but in tuples we cannot change like that. Once the values assigned, after that the values won't be changed. Both list and tuples are also ordered items, but list can be changed their order or changing their values, but in tuples it won't change the values or ordered items. If we try to change values in that variable set in a set of ordered items, definitely it will make an error. For example, if I am going to change the second position x of 1 as 67, replacing 36 as 67, definitely it won't change and it will display an error. And the tuple must be in the open and close parenthesis, list must be in the open close square brackets. Then we'll move on to string. A string is a Unicode characters. String must be in a single quote or a double quotes. Multi-line string can be denoted in a triple quotes. Now we're going to work on with strings. String. Now enter a variable name, assigning some values for that variable, then print the statement. The error came from that tuple. Now we'll erase that. Now the output will be printed. For string, we are going to enter only a letters, character or a group of characters. For that, the quotes must be compulsory. Without a single or double quotes, if any letters or words entered in the value, it will definitely make an error. Now we are going to print a second half after everyone. For that, what we will do, just count the array values. E came as a 5th index position. So inside the print statement, enter a variable name and in that array bracket want to enter the index position number with colon. Now save and run the program. The output will display only as a everyone. E is considered as a fifth index position, and after colon will be printed. Now we'll move on to set. Set is an unordered collection. Set must be denoted using the set brackets. Items in set are not ordered. It is an unordered collection. List tuples are ordered items. Set is an unordered items. Set values must be defined inside the curly braces. Now enter a values. Print the variable. Here we are going to find a type. What type of values is this? The output will display it as a set. The reason is we are using a curly braces, so it will not consider separate value as an integer and whole value as a set type. Now we'll move on to dictionaries. Dictionary is also an unordered collection. There are two pairs, key and value, which denotes the values. Now we'll work on with dictionaries. For dictionary, there must be two values, one for the key and one for the value. Must declare one data type. Inside that, for dictionaries also we are going to use a curly braces. First mention a value, then enter a key value. Now print the variable. In dictionaries also we cannot print a key directly by separating the values, but the values can be printed directly. Now we are going to print type. Next, in this dictionary, S of 2 is considered as a D. D of 2 is considered as a key, so it will make a error because D of 2 is a key. A key values is coming inside the values, so we cannot print directly key as a separate value. So now we'll print first position, which refers value to print in output. Now it is printed and the data type also printed. Next we'll move on to the next topic, type conversion. In this type conversion, we are going to convert a data type from integer to float or integer to string. In this type conversion, we have both type conversions, implicit and explicit. In the type conversion, first we are going to convert a integer type to float. Now we are going to add both the values, integer, floating value. Now adding both the integer and the floating value. Then print the final value. Print of add. Now the output will be displayed as it is a float type. The reason is while adding the integer and floating value, the output must be in a floating type. This is a implicit type conversion. We can also print both the integer and the floating value separately, and in that we can also find what type it is. Now we'll move on to explicit. First enter a variable and assigning some values to variable, then again assigning another variables, and we are giving input as a string value. First as an integer type and second as a string type. Now print the integer type number. Then print as string type print of value. Okay, now we'll find what type of data type it is. Then we'll type print of value, then print type of value. What type of data type is the value is. Now execute the program. The output will display the result correctly. If you add both the integer and string value, it will make an error because first variable is a integer type and second variable is a string type, so it's difficult and it's not a proper format for adding, so it will create an error. Unsupported operand type. Okay, now we'll stop with the session. Type conversion, and we'll move on to the next topic in next session.